G'day, it's Desley here, and I hope you're having a great day or a great evening, depending on what time you are listening to this little webinar. And I thought what I would do in this little webinar is give you an inside peek into the software plugin that I was talking about on the free webinar called Webinar Express. So I'll just bring up what I've done now. I've brought up the back end of my webinar consultations platform. Now, Webinar Express can only be used on a WordPress site. So that's a site that's either been developed with the WordPress platform, or if you've got a WordPress blog, you can definitely upload it to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you first off the website where you can purchase Webinar Express. It's webinarexpress.com and it's $197. So it's a little bit more expensive than what I actually said on the free webinar, mainly because I purchased it in June last year when they were just releasing this little plugin, and obviously they've had such success they've upped the price. But they do updates, and I have now got the latest update installed on my webinar consultations website. I'll go to the members area for you. So this is the members area for Webinar Express. I've logged in. You have a username and a login, and basically you can download Webinar Express. This is the latest version showing in the members area. So it's version 1.5. However, by the time you see it or maybe decide to buy, it might actually even be a higher version than that. And what they've got, I'll just scroll down rather slowly, they've got various videos on how to use the Webinar Express plugin. Now, it's very important when you download the plugin that you do not open the file. You download, it's a zip file, and you leave it in its zip file, and I'll explain why in a minute. So just so that you know that, so just save it somewhere to your desktop or to a particular folder, or just even in your downloads. It doesn't really matter because you're going to be uploading the zip file into your WordPress site. So here are some of the different videos that you can use, you can learn and everything. And the good thing is that, and I'll show you very shortly, you don't have to constantly go back to the members area to learn how to do everything. You can access the videos, a training from the plugin in the back end when you're doing things. So, and I just want to also show you that they have some different bonuses that you might want to have a look at. Entirely up to you, that they've given as part of your purchase, like how to host a Facebook webinar. They've obviously got a bonus on video traffic and everything like that, how to build your lists, and how to do webinar swaps, and there's a plug-in for that. And so that's just a little bit of a peek. See a peek into the members area of Webinar Express. Their support is quite good. You can put in a support ticket, and they normally respond within about 24 hours. So they're pretty well on the ball. So let's go to the dashboard of the website. So I'm now in the dashboard of my webinar consultations website. I've logged in. Now what you need to do, if you have a look down, what you need to do is go to plugins and then click on installed plugins. So I'll do that. And as you can see, If you scroll down, I've already got Webinar Express installed, but I'll also show you how to do it so that you know how to do it for yourself. So you just click Add New and you click Upload. Now what you do is you go and find the file, the zip file that you downloaded. I downloaded it into the download section. It'll always show in your download section anyway as well, and just double click on it, and there you see that it's still a zip, and it's very important. You cannot upload plugins if you've opened the zip file. You must upload the plugin in its zip file, so that's really, really important. And I'm not going to click this now, but you click Install Now. And once it's installed, it'll ask you to activate the plugin, and just click Activate, and that would be quite good. It's quite a safe plugin. It shouldn't interfere with any of your other plugins, and it certainly doesn't have any viruses attached to it. So that's quite good. So once you've installed and you've activated the plugin, look down the left-hand side of your dashboard, and you'll see a little subheading called Webinar Express. So we'll click on that. Now, as you can see, I've got a couple of basically a couple of webinars, just kind of test type of webinar set up here, just so that you can see. And this is kind of like your dashboard, and it tells you the number of views on the landing page, the number of views of the webinar, etc. And if you've had anybody register, it'll tell you the number of leads. Now, if you're actually starting from scratch and you click Create Live Webinar, so we'll just click that. It's just doing that there. Now, what you can do, and if you've already, just for example, you want to use the same template that you've used previously, what you can do is click on either one and you can clone it, or copy is what it is. But we'll start from Create Live New, and we'll call it using the Webinar Express plugin for WordPress. How's that? And basically learn how to use Webinar Express to host and deliver your webinars. So there you go. And webinar host, that would be me, Desley Casey. And now you want a date and a time that you start. So just click on the little calendar. Let's say you want to host it in 2 weeks to give plenty of time for people to attend your webinar. And the hours, it's got to be in 24-hour time zone. So I'm going to put 19:30. So it's going to start at 7:30 p.m. Now, what they've done with the update in Webinar Express is that they give you some of the different time zones. You don't have to go and search for a particular time zone number. So if I live in Australia, I can have a look. I need Australian Eastern Standard Time, and then I click Create New Webinar. So now what it's doing is it's bringing me to the main page here. Got a countdown, etc. Now, as you can see, and I like this little thing about this, is a nice little aspect to this plugin, is that your live webinar URL has your domain name, or in this case, it's got my website domain name, webinar consultations, and it's basically saying what the webinar is about. So that's actually very nice. Whereas you can't get that with GoToMeeting. You have to use their particular URLs, they don't allow you to customize the URL to be able to brand it with your business or your website. And basically this will tell you all the different, your landing page and thank you page, etc. And you can have a countdown. So let's have a look at the landing page. And as you can see, there's a little video tutorial here that you can watch to set up your landing page. So we'll just do a couple of things, nothing major. You can have a banner. Now let's say we want a banner background color, and let's say I want it as blue. That's a bit dark. Doesn't really matter. That looks alright. You can have a repeating banner image if you like, and you can upload a banner image. And they do say that it needs to be 86 pixels in height. Now you have the option of adding the media files from your computer. So you just click select files, go to pictures or wherever you keep your pictures, for example. And I might say EDP. Let's see if I've got some website pictures. And let's see if I've got, I've got lots of different ones. And lots of different pictures for different websites, etc. Website banners might be a little bit better. And let's just say, for example, I'm going to put the work from no home. Don't worry about it. I'm just using this as an example. And what you do is scroll down. I might want it in the center as a thumbnail, and I insert into post. And there's the, as you can see, it's uploaded. Alternatively, if you wanted to, you can upload an image, or the other thing, if you've already got images uploaded, just go to your media library and do that and put them on, or you can add external media, URLs, etc., and do that. So that's quite good. Now, as I said, just note down here, they said that the height needs to be 89 pixels in height. So we've done that. So what I would suggest you do each time you make a change or an update, you save it. And if you want background style, let's say I might want purple. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice purple. I could even have a repeating background image if I want to. And if you leave it blank, it'll stay blank. So that's fine. And if you want to, you can have the main, you can and I might just put this in the center, make it nice blue, and I might use a heading 2, maybe heading 1. Then I might just move this down a bit and learn how to deliver and host your webinars. And then I could put, in this webinar you will learn some of the following. And I can put in dot point, how to install the Webinar Express plugin to your WordPress site, some of the features you can use, and other options. How's that? And I can even put an image. So let's just say I might want to put an image in here, and I might select from my media file, and let's see, I might have let's see, okay, let's just try this one. It's just a picture that I want to show, and I want it in the center, and I want it medium, and I just click insert into post, and there you go. Look at that. Makes it a little bit nicer. And if I want this in blue or different other colour, I might want it a little bit bigger. Maybe 2. That's better. And maybe I'll choose a different colour, and I might choose maroon. There you go. Just as something different. Save and update. I suggest you do that all the way through. You can edit the opt-in webinar date, the headline, the form. Let's have a look at the form settings and everything. So you've got that. I'm just wondering if you can change opt-in colour button. Let's make it a nice bright blue. Okay. Opt-in, e.g. register for that, and you can add in your own spam wording and the like. Okay, so I'll just click save. You can also integrate your autoresponder or your email marketing with MailChimp, Aweber, GetResponse, and you can put the coding that's generated in your email marketing campaign, so that basically when people register, they're automatically included to your list. So I'm not going to do that, but that's just to let you know. And all the rest. What else can you do? Oh yes, we can add a video. So let's just say, for example, we want the background cover. Let's just make it yellow for something different. That's a little bit too bright. Okay. And basically what you do is you need the code. So if you've got a YouTube video, for example, that you're using, or video, Vimeo embed, you can get the embed code. So I've got one ready, and what you do is that if it's on YouTube and you want to show that, what you can do is click on embed and take this little coding, piece of coding here, and you just paste it there, and the video will resize. So you can enable Facebook Connect or disabled. I've got it disabled at the moment, but you can and do that. And what we'll do is we'll click save and update, and we'll just have a wee look at that now. So you can keep having a look at it as you go along. So let's look at view landing page, and as you see, it's got home, introducing this, you might want to change the color and some of the features, other options, and oh, that's pretty bright, but we'll play it. There you go. So it's playing, and as you can see, it's changed the color. You might want to change this color, do what you like. I wouldn't use this one to send it out, it looks pretty awful, but you would, I'm just showing you what you can do, entirely up to you how you use it, and etc. So if we go on to the thank you page, again there's a tutorial there, and you can edit your thank you headline and put whatever you like and add that. You can even insert an image again. You can also show a video on your thank you page. So for example, I'm just going to show the same one just for speed or time and everything. And you can also include a gift that people can download. So just enable share lock, for example, and what your headline, share, Twitter, whatever, and the share image URL. so that you've got that, and pre-share copy, etc. So you can do all that. You can edit the calendar block and have something different, and you might put the time zone, for example, as Australian Eastern Time. How's that? And you might want to just put that there, and you can find your time zone ICS here, which is for Australia Eastern Sydney time. Whoops, just go there. Eastern is 001, so you can put 001. There you go. So there you go, etc. And again, you can change everything. You can add the settings and everything, and you can view your thank you page. There you go. Congrats, you've signed up. That looks a little bit better, and everything like that. And there's your ticket, and it's got the countdown because I didn't change those. And add to your calendar, and unlock this cool reward by sharing, and you can put that in as well. So that, and then you've got the live webinar. Just go to that. You can edit the settings, the background settings, the question and answers area, and everything. Just go through. Again, there's a video tutorial so you can see it. Webinar replays, the countdown expiry, time action order button, everything like that, and live Q&A. And again, there's videos even from within this. You don't have to go to the members area to constantly review the training videos. You can just, for example, click on that, and it will sorry, Firefox does not like YouTube. You can then go and look at the various videos. You just do the click there, and it takes you there. And you've got notifications if you're using SendGrid, and also you've got extra settings, and you can put different things in the footer. You can put in different coding or option. You can edit the meta, the site title, could be, awesome webinars made easy, for example. And the site description. On this webinar, you will learn a very exciting way to host webinars, which are easy and very cost effective. How's that? And click save and update, and you can got your meta. And there's so much here that take the time, if you do buy the plug-in, to learn how to use it all properly. And you've got your save and update. And this basically is the back end of Webinar Express. Webinar Express uses live streaming, like live stream, Google Hangouts, and that. So if you have a live stream account, or you have Google Hangouts, and that, you can host your webinars. And the beauty about Webinar Express is that if you're using, for example, you're just giving informational webinars, or you might have a sales and marketing webinar which you want very public, and that you're able to do that. And when you're hosting the webinar, it's recorded and immediately uploaded to your YouTube account. So you've got that option there. I do understand, I have heard that you can make your Google Hangouts account private, and that. Now I want to also introduce you to another little plugin, and this has only come out in the last 24 hours by the same product vendors who developed Webinar Express, and it's called Webinar Ignition. Now it has quite a few more features. It's got a live console, which you don't really have on Webinar Express, and you can create automated webinars and everything like that, and it has a load more features. Now the other handy thing about Webinar Ignition is that you're not just locked into having to have a WordPress site. However, they do have the option now that if your website has been developed by your website designer or by yourself, if you know how to do that, by CMS Made Simple, you can upload the plugin to your website. So whereas Webinar Express is strictly a WordPress plugin, it can't be uploaded to any other type of websites that have been developed by other different website design platforms, whereas Webinar Ignition now gives you the option of uploading this plugin to CMS Made Simple platform websites, and you can integrate with any email marketing provider, connect with Facebook. You can use Livestream, Google Hangouts, and Ustream into your live or automated webinar page and everything. Now, the pricing for this is different. They have 3 different packages. So we'll just go to the pricing. And as you can see, the basic package is $97. So it's certainly gone up since I bought it, last June with Webinar Express, and it's really only a single site. So the plugin you can only put on one site. But if you've only got one website, or you're only delivering webinars in one particular niche, for example, mental health, and that's it, and you're just doing mental health informational webinars or whatever you're promoting in mental health, and you're just using the one site, then the single site license, it would be quite sufficient. If you are hosting webinars on multiple different types of sectors or niches or products and services and have a range of multiple sites, then you might be better paying the $297, and then you can upload the plugin to as many sites as you like. And that way, each time you're holding a webinar in that particular niche, the webinar URL is tailor-made to that particular niche, just like it showed on webinar consultations on mine. If you have a number of sites, but you really only got 3 sites, 1 to 3 sites or 2 or 3 sites, then you might be better off just paying the $197 if you don't think that you're going to have multiple sites or anything like that. So it's entirely up to you. And again, this is just the more, even though Webinar Express, they do update it, this basically is has a lot more features. I was listening to a webinar on by the vendors this morning on the Webinar Ignition plugin, and they've got a lot more features incorporated to that you can use. Now, the thing about these particular Webinar Express or Webinar Ignition, whatever one that might take your fancy, basically it's a one-off cost. So once you've paid for it, that's it. You've paid for it. You're not locked into 12-month contracts like you are with GoToMeeting and paying a monthly fee. So it might be a very good option for you. And the other good thing about both plugins is that basically you are you're not limited with the number of people that you can have on your webinar. And that's actually quite good, because if you remember with GoToMeeting and Red Bank conferencing, for example, you can only have 100 attendees unless you're prepared to pay more money each month to be able to have a lot more attendees. And I think GoToWebinar, it's something like $500 a month in order to have anywhere close to 1,000 attendees. Whereas with having the plugin and hosting your webinars, you can have 1,000 or 2,000 people on your webinar, and it's not going to worry. It's there's no limit, so it's entirely up to you. So that's actually quite good. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look-see at Webinar Express and had a bit of and also being given the option of Webinar Ignition. For me, for what I wanted to do with webinar consultations, this actually wasn't I wasn't able to use it because of privacy and confidentiality legislation in regards to webinar consultations that I need to observe. But if you don't have those privacy and confidentiality type of legislative requirements, and you're just giving straight informational webinars or sales and marketing webinars on a particular product or service or anything like that, and it can be quite public, then maybe this might be a better way to go. It's much more cost effective. It's a one-off price, and basically then you install it and away you go. So again, it's entirely up to you on what you want to do. If you want people to talk live, it might be a little bit different. Check out to see what it can do. I think with Webinar Ignition, you can have people talking on their microphone, on their telephones. I'm not really quite sure about their microphones and that sort of thing. So it might be an option for you. So I just wanted to give you this little webinar and a good little look at the back end of it, so that you can make up your own mind as to whether this might meet your needs in what you want to do with webinars. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's goodbye for now. Have a great day and great evening until we talk soon. Hooroo for now.